Soggy, Nachos podcast. My name is John L. I'm my man Charlie with me. I'm my man Frank Nitty with me, and the playoffs are upon us.
Nigga, we made it.
The NFL playoffs, the 2023-24 season. So look, I ain't gonna play no games. I got Kansas City beating the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Yes, I've been critical of Kansas City this year because their receiver situation is trash. However, I'm just going to lean on Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to ride the horse that got me here. The horse that the guy that I liked before everybody else liked. I'm going to stake that claim right now because it's unpopular. You know, when it's popular, I fade off into the shadows. But right now, I'm going Mahomes. That being said, the floor is yours, Charlie. And by the way, yes, they're going to walk through Mike McDaniels and these Dolphins kids. They're going to walk through them this week, and they're going to beat up whoever they got. Nothing. They got the Bills and that. Boom. I don't even know, but they will be winning the championship this year. So that being said, Charlie, the floor is yours.
All right, so that's going to be difficult with the Chiefs getting eliminated in the first round. That's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for them to win the championship.
They can still make it happen.
If anybody could do it, Pat Mahomes could get eliminated in the first round and win the championship. Trust me. If anybody can do it. But that being said, it's Lamar's year. It is. You can kind of see it sometimes. Sometimes in your fantasy football league, you can kind of see the writing on the wall, where it's going to go. Sometimes, you know, in the NFL, you can kind of see the writing on the wall. This is where these teams are going to go. The Ravens, it's the Ravens' year. And the NFC, I really wanted to give the nod to Dallas, but I think that they don't make it past the Rams, and the Rams won't make it past the Niners. So I got the Niners. It's boring. It's boring to think that the two best teams will play in the Super Bowl. But you know what? The two best teams are going to play in the Super Bowl. Sorry.
Frank?
Hate to burst your bubble, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't.
Here's the thing, right? Like, this has been the elephant in the room, at least for me, this whole time, is that this whole, like, the Ravens are the best team, all this good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, I always said, come playoff time, I always look at a team and I'm like, what do you have to go against, and what is your quarterback like? That's really just like, it comes down to that for me. And people are going to overlook them because they're just the Browns, but I see the Browns taken care of, as they did in the regular season, by the way, the Ravens. They will win that game. And sorry, Lamar. Yeah, I get it. It's all too perfect. It's supposed to be them. They will lose. Lamar will be asked to do things against a really good defense, and he will not be able to. So let's move on from that. The Browns are going to come out of the AFC, and the NFC is pretty boring. It will be San Francisco, and they will win a championship finally. They'll put all of these pieces together. This is their window, and they will win that.
You have the Browns coming out of the AFC?
Yes, coming out of the AFC.
Nice.
I respect it. Now listen, let me tell you why I respect it. Because y'all know my philosophy. All the rules change in the playoffs for me. All of them. I don't care about all the longevity. I'm very big on injury. I don't really think about it too much in the playoffs. I mean, it can happen, but I'm looking at it like this is 4 games. This is a tournament. That's why I'm looking at a team like the Rams. They are scary because to me, they have the recipe. I got what you want, girl. I got all the recipe. They have a quarterback and 2 good receivers. That's a big deal when you're playing NFL playoff football. That's just how I see it. That's just how I see it. That being said, though, I still got to lose them in the first round because for two reasons. Number one, offensive line of the Lions. Number 2, I don't like how Charlie just dismissed the Lions. He's been dismissing them all year. He's been acting like the Lions ain't nothing. I'm a Dan Quinn fan. I'm not a Jared Goff fan, but like
you are, bro. You're the first and original Jared Goff fan. Like you are.
And I want to hold to that. And I want to hold Nell to that because there was a 40 and slip in there, and I don't think he caught it. I want the replay. He said he's a Dan Quinn fan because he wants him to be Washington.
Chill out. Horrible. No, disgusting.
Chill out.
Dan Campbell.
Don't try to Dan Campbell me. Kneecap yourself. Okay, we know you want Dan Quinn around here. The Lions. I like the Lions are the blueprint of how to start a rebuild and how the perfect rebuild step by step. And this is the year where they get smacked in the teeth in the playoffs. That's what they do.
I like that.
The Lions, every time they get a real challenge, it's not enough.
This ain't enough.
It's not enough. Ever since they beat Kansas City in week 1. And we can see clearly Kansas, that's not that big of an accomplishment.
Listen, can I tell you something though, Charlie? You think that Jared Goff doesn't know that there was a reason that he got swapped for Matthew Stafford and that it was the right answer. You know what I'm saying?
And look, I understand that, but Matt Stafford is like, this is what a good organization does with a quarterback like me. When I'm here, when I play, we going.
All right, hold on. Since y'all making me mad, I'm gonna throw this monkey wrench out here because this is a possibility that all of us are dismissing. What if it's Bills versus Cowboys in the Super Bowl? How about that?
All right, no. I like the Bills thing. The Bills have as good a chance as any. You said that you thought that the Ravens weren't going to make it, I thought maybe I was like, oh, you're going to give the nod to Josh because Josh is just such a singularity in the league. Like, he's so polarizing. Bad Josh is the worst quarterback I've ever seen, but Josh Allen in totality is the most talented quarterback.
Charlie, you should know me a little better than that. If my gripe is quarterback, and that's what I'm saying is going to be
Joe Flacco.
No, Charlie, don't do that because in a 4-game tournament,
no,
Flacco's good.
I'm not talking to you, bitch.
No, Frank, Joe Flacco.
You mean the Joe Flacco that's done this before? Like, you know what I'm saying? That has gotten
you and Joe Flacco been through a lot, right, Frank?
We have been through a lot.
I'm just saying, I don't know, man. Joe Flacco.
I'm telling you. I've seen Josh Allen. Hold on.
You trust Joe Flacco more than you trust Josh Allen?
Yes. What has Josh Allen done in the playoffs? Joe Flacco is the Super Bowl.
Well, that's not hard. He doesn't trust Josh Allen.
I mean, like, what are we talking about here?
But hold on, let me tell you. Let me explain to you how my math works.
What has Josh Allen done in the playoffs?
Let me tell you how my math works in real life, though. I don't know if Matt Stafford's the top 10 quarterback. He might be if I count him. But in the playoffs, he's as good as anybody right now. He's as good as any quarterback in this little playoff tournament. I'm looking at Matt Stafford as good. See, you're looking at everything like longevity, how long you can last, game to game. But 4 games, Matt Stafford is good.
That's what I'm saying. Matt Stafford, and if you're looking at it like this, Matt Stafford has top 5 quarterback ability in him. So yes, as good as anybody. He's as good as anybody.
The only pushback I got to Charlie,
playoff Flacco had a Super Bowl MVP to his back. You know what I'm saying? 11 touchdowns to like 2 interceptions.
I understand that was like the Bush administration
of the United States Armed Forces now in the Middle East.
So I feel you, but I also seen Joe Flacco the last 4 weeks, and he looked good over there with whatever they're doing.
But so Frank, can you explain to me why you're taking them over CJ Stroud?
Because people don't talk about it because I guess everyone is just enamored with the love story with the Ravens. The Browns are just as good of a defense, maybe depending on how you like it, maybe even better. And this is like when that matters. I just got to be real with myself. They're going to cause pressure. They're going to give them problems, and I think they'll jump out to a lead. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Texans defense
that's interesting because Frank,
I think they'll jump out to a lead against them.
That's very interesting because Frank, tell them how you feel about CJ Stroud.
I think CJ Stroud is amazing. That is like one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league right now. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that if it comes down to it, and it's like a close game, then I think CJ Stroud will probably clip him. But I just don't think it's going to be because I think the Browns are going to bum rush them. It's just what I think.
If they don't, because you said you think the Browns are going to get out to a lead. I think if CJ has to come back from a lead, from a deficit, he can. I don't think that Joe Flacco can do the opposite. I don't think I agree with you. I agree.
Last thing I want to ask you, Charlie. I know we talked about this earlier, and you concluded that you did have the Cowboys winning first round, but you don't think it's crazy that the Packers could win.
The Green Bay Packers has too much, like, how do I want to put it? Upper middle class talent. That's what they have. They have.
Before you continue, Frank, I told Charlie I hate their receiver.
Let me cook. You gonna ask me a question and answer. The Packers got too much, like, upper middle class, like, two sources of income, 2.5 kids. I don't know what that means. Maybe a dog in there. Like, that's what they are. And like, their receiver, they don't have a stud receiver. They need one, but they got 4 guys that if you're guarding him, you need to be guarding him, and you need to be guarding him. Somebody gets open all the time. They can run the football, and they can play defense. They have the things that it takes to beat any team in the playoffs. And Jordan Love is playing pretty well right now. I don't think it would be crazy for the Cowboys to come out a little lackluster, not take them serious, and the Packers smack them in the teeth. They got a great coach.
They got the second worst quarterback in the playoffs.
It's the worst one.
Listen, I don't think it's crazy. It's not a love. I would like it a little better if I could trust their quarterback a little more. But I will say this, like, if what's your boy, if Christian Watson is healthy and they got a little bit of a mix in there, you don't like Dallas is like the most probably mentally fragile team like in this whole bunch. Like, and they know their history. Like, you don't want them to get in a situation where like things tense up. You're at home, you're supposed to win, all of this stuff. It's like finally the time. Like, you don't want that situation. I agree with you that I do hate their receiving core, but these guys, Green Bay, there's no pressure on them. Just get out there.
None. They playing with house money.
I think that
and Mike McCarthy, everyone's hearing the loud whispers that if Mike McCarthy don't win in this postseason,
Bill Belichick,
they could clip him. It'd be Bill Belichick in there real quick. Yeah. So that's that whole pressure thing. They got tons of it.
Last but not least, man, I don't even know why Mike Tomlin's team is here, but that man's a beast.
It don't matter.
That man is an excellent coach. And if they win, we have a lot more to talk about next week. Anyways, this has been Soggy Nachos Podcast. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Make sure you tell someone about us.
The Eagles was not good at all.
Facts.
Fuck Nation.